scores so far as most of our matches approach half time. Another goal attempt, but this time it's to the visitors looking to snatch what seems to be an undeserved equaliser were they to get it. Lyon versus Dinamo, speculative and acrobatic stop by the Lyon keeper.
Yeah, Jonas has decided to have a go at goal. We've seen through the first half that Zagreb have struggled to make really any sort of penetration going towards the Lyon goal. Jonas tries his shot, tries his luck from 25 yards out, but Anthony Lopez in goal had no great difficulty in keeping it out.
Still going at Wembley Stadium, Spurs 1, Monaco 2 into 2 minutes of injury time. Man City, Mönchengladbach at half-time, that's 2-0. CSK were 2 down, but 2 goals in the space of just a minute mean they are level at the break. Real and Sporting, this is a surprise, 0-0. We've only seen one Real half chance, Legia 0, Dortmund 3. They are cruising the German side, although we did say that about Leverkusen, and they've been pegged back. Porto lead Copenhagen by a goal to 0. Spurs have found a little bit of a second wind just before the break. They won't really want the whistle to go. We'll get Trevor's thoughts on that in just a moment. Leicester 2-up away at Club Brugge on their Champions League debut. Marc Albrighton and Riyad Mahrez. Juve, much like Real Madrid, struggling a little bit. Sami Khedira has had 2 relatively clear-cut chances, but they are 0-0 as things stand. Lyon are leading Dynamo Zagreb by a goal to 0. Corentin Tolisso is the scorer. So just waiting on that half-time whistle at Wembley Stadium. Trevor, how are the closing stages of the first half shaping up?
Well, at Wembley, Tottenham had a half chance there for Delhi. The ball's gone through to the goalkeeper, but it's a lovely ball in from Lamela from the right-hand side. But Delhi just could not quite get his foot to it, and that would have been a perfect end to the first half for Tottenham, having really suffered at the hands of Monaco in the first sort of 42 minutes, 43 minutes of the first half. But they're certainly back in this game, and Pochettino's got his work cut out just to reshape his side, because they've not looked comfortable at Wembley this evening. Monaco have really adapted to the surroundings far better than, as we say, the home side playing at Wembley.
Half-time in all of our games, and the countdown begins as we show you the highlights. 45 minutes gone. Instant highlights, the concept if you're unfamiliar with it. Every chance, and of course goal. Red cards too, we saw a fair few last night. Missed penalties and scored ones too. Manchester City have scored from the spot. Sergio Aguero has got both these goals. Pep Guardiola has often struggled against Mönchengladbach, but not tonight.
Yeah, hasn't had a result against them for 2.5 years. They have been the bogey team for him. But it was this ball in from Kolarov, which gives Aguero the opportunity to do what he does best. He's got that half yard of pace, but more importantly, he's got that half second of anticipation time, and he finishes it extremely well, tucks it away lovely. Here he was very unselfish for Gundogan, who could have really sort of christened his debut for Manchester City with a goal. But City were very, very dominant. You have to say that they were the team that looked very, very likely to add to that first goal. There was a penalty incident right on the 18-yard box. We were all in agreement, both of us in agreement that there was a penalty. Gundogan actually was brought down, so he's contributed. Aguero scores that second goal.
Spurs are struggling at Wembley Stadium, although they were given hope just before half-time. Monaco racing into a 2-0 lead before Tottenham half the deficit. If you want half-time analysis on this one, you can also go over to B in 11. It's our featured game. Angus Scott, Paul Lambert, Mikel Silvestre and Ruud Gullit. Monaco, though, definitely the better side here.
Without doubt, Bernardo Silva scores the first after Tottenham give up possession through Lamela. Bernardo Silva makes them pay for it. And Lamar here, who came on as a substitute early in the second half for Dirar, and he takes full advantage. It was a great ball in from Sidibe, you have to say, from that left-hand side, but he finished it well. And this is the lifeline that Tottenham were looking for right before the half-time whistle. Good ball in from Lamela, who's making up for that mistake for the first goal. Alderweireld scores neatly at the front post with his head.
Let's go to the Bay Arena in terms of entertainment and drama. This is the best of the bunch, 2 apiece. Leverkusen getting off to the best possible start. Admir Mehmedi on the score sheet, and then Hakan Calhanoglu doubled the advantage. And at this point, much like Dortmund, we thought Leverkusen would run away with it. Not to be.
Yeah, and credit to CSK Moscow for not sort of losing heart, losing spirit. They tried to push forward, and eventually they do get the opportunity to do that. And it's really well taken from Zagorev, yes, and he had a brilliant first touch with the ball there, and then Eremenko, literally within a couple of minutes of that first goal from Zagorev, Eremenko pulls the Russian side level with Bayer Leverkusen. So that game has been turned on its head when Leverkusen were really in full control of it.
You might think that there's nothing going on here, but that tells you there is in fact a story. Sporting holding Real 0-0. Cristiano Ronaldo against his boyhood club. He made 31 appearances for the Portuguese side, scoring 5 goals, and the side in the lime green have probably had the lion's share of the first half.
Again, the level of expectation around this Real Madrid team is so high, and I said earlier that Sporting have set themselves up as to be extremely difficult to beat, and the manager there, Jorge Jesus, is very much experienced at this level. That was the chance that we saw from Real Madrid in the first half, which tells you all about Zidane's problems facing up to this Sporting team. You see, they're well organised, so that game is very, very level. Could go either way, in fact.
Defending champions are struggling, not so for Dortmund. 3-0. They lead away from home against Legia Warsaw. They were able to silence the crowd early through Mario Götze. Socrates and Mark Bartra also on the score sheet in this one.
Yeah, very, very easy. Almost too easy, you think, for Dortmund. Legia Warsaw have not really turned up to play tonight, and it's been one-way traffic. They're really reinvigorated team, Dortmund, this year, bringing back Götze particularly to the club, and it was one of those scrambled efforts there from Mark Bartra, who would like to score his first goal for Borussia in the Champions League. It wasn't a difficult opportunity. Keeper doesn't do particularly well. Malaz there.
Against Copenhagen, chances few and far between in this game. Porto, though, won't be complaining. Reasonably empty stadium by the looks of things. Octavio, though, is the difference between the sides. Copenhagen Premier League champions in their Champions League debut. A lot of people thought this might be a banana skin. Almost proved here to be the case in the opening few seconds, Trevor, but after that, Leicester in cruise control.
Yeah, it's a poor finish in the end there, and Leicester were quite cold in the first 30 minutes of the game. Not a good finish by Escurado, and they were made to pay for that. A long throw-in, good old-fashioned English style of play from Leicester. Don't be embarrassed, play effective football. And the goalkeeper there. To strike a free kick from that angle, you're always going to fancy him to at least hit the target, and you know he's got great quality. So again, Leicester will not believe that they're going in at half-time 2-0 up.
Juventus 0, Sevilla 0. This one a tale of 2 Sami Khedira half chances.
And he's been in goal-scoring form this year, and he's been put in a position by a left to get forward on the right-hand side. Really disappointed. He's not let the ball come quite far enough across his body to get a good strike on it. And here we go again. It's almost a repeat of that first chance that he had. This was an even weaker opportunity, or a weaker attempt, let's say, with his weaker foot. He's not quite having it all. It's difficult against Sevilla. We've got great European pedigree, let's not forget. Won the Europa League the last 3 years, and Buffon was brought into action. But an easy, straightforward save for him.
Just briefly, how will Sevilla fare now? Unai Emery's gone to PSG. Jorge Sampaoli, their new managers, will watch Toliso's goal for Lyon. They're leading Zagreb 1-0.
Yeah, Sampaoli's going to make it Sevilla very difficult to be a different style to Emery, but certainly working for him tonight.
So this one is the French side in Group H at the Parc Olympique Lyonnais, leading Dynamo Zagreb 1-0 at the break, and the scorer for Bruno Genesio's side, Corentin Tolisso. And Lyon really, ever since that goal, have had chance after chance after chance. Is there a danger, though, we're going to see exactly what happened last night at the Parc des Princes in this kind of game?
Well, Lyon have been in patchy form this season, so you've got to think that defensively they're vulnerable, but it was a good goal from Tolisso, a good ball into the box from number 20, Raphael, and a great finish from Tolisso that gives Lyon the advantage. Should calm their nerves. They should start to play with a bit more confidence, but I say it's early stages of the season, and they've not impressed me yet, but they've got their noses in front.